Yeah, it was never the game.
Hi, and welcome everybody to this episode of Question and Answers, our immigration questions live. My name is Stephanie here at Beltran Brito. I don't even know what episode it is, but we're well into a lot of episodes on the English show.
We should have the episode here.
And I am here. My partners, Alexis is about to join us. And right now we have Gil on screen. How are you, Gil?
Doing great. We are, how do we explain this?
Suffering.
In the midst of World Cup madness right now.
Yes.
So if you permit us, we will be doing the show while watching the World Cup game here on our right-hand side.
That's exactly what the idea is.
It is halftime right now, so you will see live reactions, maybe of happiness or of distraught faces. I know who I want to win.
Do you want to tell the people?
I don't want them to get.
You don't want to jinx it?
I don't want to. Yeah, I know who I want to. I know who I want Argentina to face.
I know who I want England to face.
Okay, I know who I want Argentina to face. So we'll see.
You've already said a lot. Alexis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're in? I don't think we could hear you. We're going to turn on your microphone right here because look at me. I've been learning a little bit about the tech side. And honestly, the lighting right now, doing really nice.
Good. Yeah, we've been improving, right?
All right, guys. So as you guys all know, drop your immigration questions live and we will be answering them. No question is too big or too small. We'll go ahead and do that. And if you have questions in Spanish, remember, we always have our Spanish show live on Thursdays at noon Miami time. Okay. So first off, let's talk. Gil, Alexis, do we have any news? You guys are just
hold on.
a joy to be around every day, truly.
Here's a couple updates. Still seeing really good things with Venezuelan cases, starting to have decisions, starting to have movement. If it's a premium processing case, gosh, we've been in touch with premium processing so many times. I think they're really good. California Service Center is exceptional with communication. Vermont, a little bit slower. I think maybe they have a little bit of higher volume for some of these Venezuelan cases for some reason. They are taking a little bit longer, but they do give you a very good explanation.
Yep.
So I'm seeing good things, generally speaking. We're also, we're about to pull the plug, kind of like just, hey, we're pulling the plug on a whole bunch of premium I-140s that were pending that are now Venezuelan nationals or Cuban nationals or whoever, that now we could go ahead and proceed since this ban has been lifted. So we're going to see the results of that. For example, there's a ton of EB2NIWs that are going to premium now. I've been holding it off, trying to tell them, hey, let's wait a few weeks to take a look. These are proceeding as soon as the end of this week, beginning of next week. I'm proceeding with a whole bunch of them. Really interested to see if we're going to get those 45 days or less responses with EB2NIW premium processing. So
I've had both experiences. So for individuals who are Venezuelan who had already paid premium, I have responses rolling in within 15 days as of the removal of the pause. And I also have premium cases that have not received a response, even though 15 days as of the lift of the pause has already taken place. Exactly. So I have sort of a half and half situation there. I have next week, I'm going to be filing my first premium to upgrade a current Venezuelan case. So I'll have some more information as to whether or not that is respected by immigration, which is, I think, a really big question for us.
Yes. Right? I mean, to be honest, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So I have one client that's ready and willing to try it out. So I should have a response probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks as to whether or not they are respecting upgrades to premium, which would be good information.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. It's a little wonky right now. I have a Mexican national, 18 business days yesterday.
What type of
premium?
petition?
01.
Okay.
We have to follow up premium processing, give it a couple of days and see. So guys, it could still be whether you're affected by were affected by the presidential proclamation. These things happen and there is a process for it. Sometimes you have to be a little bit patient, but yeah, I guess premium processing is a little wonky.
There's consensus right now that, and the consensus is that generally speaking, they are not respecting premium processing for non-immigrant cases, especially. I would say on multiple occasions. I'm on this forum with a lot of immigration attorneys, and you see the constant complaining on there of this happening to their clients. Unfortunately, them being in touch, things being done timely, or for example, this one's actually happened to me. Like, you know, they've had the case for a week, but they don't start the clock until like 7 days later.
That one's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That one's unbelievable. And that one actually happened to me. I mean, unrelated, but Department of State with an advisory opinion.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But yeah, that has been happening as well. I haven't had, thankfully, the majority of my premium cases have been respected by USCIS. The question is really now the pause and whether or not that'll be the case. Now, the other question I think that we're definitely going to receive questions on is 75 country pause. We still have no information on whether or not that is going to be lifted. I know the three of us were of the opinion that probably by the summer we would have more information there. I really, really thought that it was going to be lifted. We have no insight whatsoever on the 75 countries.
Okay. What else?
Sorry, guys. There's a lot of focus in this studio right now to make sure we have the information on the game at the same exact time. Just letting you guys know. Alrighty. Any other news that we want to go ahead and discuss before we go into the questions?
I mean, visa bulletin should probably come out next week or
We would think.
the next few days. So just be pending that. If we don't get it by Thursday show, circle back next week. We'll have some more news.
Yeah. And then the idea also is, remember that we usually expect very slow movement in the summer because it just simply, until when you're really, really close to the next fiscal year, which is going to be October, typically the visa bulletin of August, September tends to be very, very slow. So don't hold your breath, but maybe we see slight movement. So we'll go ahead and be following there. All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start with the question. All righty. So I'm going to start with Alejandro. Alejandro, I filed a concurrent I-140 plus adjustment of status. I received an RFE and I think the I-140 may be denied. If I file a new I-140 and it's approved, can I interfile with my pending AOS? Yes and no. Okay. So it is discretional upon the officer. If it's definitely I would say a pretty much certain interfile if the first I-140 remains pending and you ask for the AOS to be applied to a second I-140. That is best case scenario. So basically asking for the interfile before the first I-140 gets denied. Now, the other scenario is asking for the interfile after the first I-140 was denied. That is completely and utterly discretionary. Okay. So it is a possibility, but you also have to be prepared. Perhaps what you want to consider is you filed it concurrently. I'm not sure if you're maintaining your non-immigrant status, but if you are, continue to maintain the non-immigrant status. Don't worry, guys. I got it. It's fine. It'll be okay.
So what'd you say?
Next question.
It's going to be denied.
No, it's not. It's discretion.
I'm kidding.
Discretion.
I'm kidding. She's right. Do you want the next one, GB? I'll take it for you.
Go for it.
All right. I got lost here. Here we go. Kami, show. My B2 to F1 change of status was denied yesterday. Okay. I'm pregnant and due in about 20 days. How long can I legally remain in the U.S.? Can I concurrently file my B2 and I-140 AOS? I-45. So, Kami, this comes down to legal status versus legal presence, right? So the moment that your B2 expired, the I-94 for that B2 expired, you lost legal status. If your I-539 change of status to F1 was already pending, you maintain legal presence. Once that I-539 is denied, you no longer have legal presence. You already lost legal status. And so technically, you're subject to what is the 3 and 10-year bar if you have more than 180 days and less than a year or more than a year without legal presence. So that clock is already ticking. I'm not sure when you filed, so it might have started ticking prior to that. In theory, yes, you can file the I-140 and the I-45 concurrently. That stops the legal presence clock. You wouldn't be subject to the 3 or 10-year bar.
You said clock, right?
We all heard it. We all heard
clock,
it.
right?
Clock, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But what happens is that won't stop USCIS I'm forwarding you this information to CBP and you can get an NTA. So I understand you're a predicament, right? You're doing 20 days. I wish you the very best and congrats. But there is nothing to say that you won't get the NTA. So she's in a little bit of a bind, guys.
Definitely,
yeah.
whatever decision you make, I want to make sure that you pay for all fees associated to that pregnancy. I want that to be very crystal clear. Do not leave any pending bills that will affect any future petitions.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're in some sort of payment plan, make sure you're paying everything off
Mm-hmm.
and get it squared away. Oh, that's a big of a pickle.
All right. Go ahead, Gil.
I don't even know.
I really got him with that clock, huh?
Okay. So, Juan Pablo, my TN extension I-79 is valid from 9/19/2026 to 9/18/2029, and my current TN I-94 expires 9/18/2026. Now, is it a true extension? Does the new I-94 become effective automatically on 9/19/2026, or do I need to leave and enter? Okay, really important. If you have currently in your hands the I-797 and you file for for an extension of status within the United States, you do not have to leave. If you take a look at your current I-94 on the CBP system and you look at the approval notice I-94 on the bottom, they should have the same I-94 number. And the purpose of this is how I usually do it. I usually start visas the day after the current one expires. It was done properly. No, you do not have to leave and enter again. Remember something really important. I'm assuming you're a Mexican national, Juan. If you're Canadian, same thing will apply. Yes, if you're Canadian, well, you're in a little bit better position. But if you're Mexican national, if the trip is less than 30 days, for example, to Mexico, and you're only traveling to Mexico, you can do that trip just with the I-94. That's called automatic visa revalidation without the need to go to a consular appointment. However, that's not necessarily your case, or it's something you have to do. As long as the I-797A approval notice indicates an I-94 on the bottom and there is no gap in time, which I don't see a gap in time, I think it's perfectly fine for you to remain in the U.S.
All righty. Do we have the first half of this question?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
I found it.
I'll double check.
I found it.
You did?
All righty. I'm going to show it on the screen. If my TPS renewal was pending since 2024 and I never got a decision before TPS ended on November 7th, did I still have valid status when I filed my I-140 and I-45 concurrent? That is a very, very tough question. I-140 is pending with AOS, previously had TPS 2021. Technically, no, because you don't have an approval notice that took you through September 2025. And in order to have that extension through November 7th, 2025, you needed to have that approval notice through September 10, 2025. So here's the fact of the matter. You were permitted to remain in the United States because you had a petition pending. But did you have non-immigrant status in order to justify a concurrent I-45 filing, even with 245K? No, because you had presence while it was pending, not non-immigrant status. So honestly, I really do think you're in a bind, and I do think you're accumulating unlawful presence.
What matters, Steph? The only thing that really matters is the I-94.
Mm-hmm. And you never ended up getting one because they never ended up approving that case.
That's all that matters is the I-94.
That's unfortunately, you are accumulating unlawful presence as of November 7th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, as of September 10th, actually. I'm going to say as of September 10th, you're accumulating unlawful presence.
Because you didn't have it.
Exactly, because you didn't get it. So you didn't get the
approval.
benefit of the November. So your date would have been through the date that it would have been approved through. So September 10th. So you're accumulating unlawful presence as of September 10th. Remember, 310-year bar. If you accumulate more than 180 days unlawful presence when you leave the United States, you'll be banned for 3 years. If you accumulate more than a year of unlawful presence, which is going to come up now in September 2026, then you will be banned for 10 years. I really want you to take that into account. It's a very sticky situation.
Even if you use the November date, the 6 months already passed, but you want to beat that 1 year marker in September.
I think you have to stick to the September.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't want to make that argument in a consulate. Gonna go here with Sophia Gonza. I submitted an I-140 AOS concurrent, not premium.
No, with premium.
Well, the first one's not premium.
Oh, I see.
But can I submit another I-140 adjustment of status concurrently with premium, or is that not possible?
Huh?
You can do it.
What's your non-immigrant status?
But should you do it?
What?
Should you do it?
I mean, what's her status? Is her status is only the AOS? No, she can't do it.
I mean, maybe
She could file premium I-140. She could
45K.
Right. I'm saying if she has when the
whatever it is, when did the
status.
non-immigrant status expire? Maybe it's not worth doing a second one. Maybe it's worth doing premium, getting a response, and then the adjustment of status. But if you have a status, I wouldn't do it. If you're thinking for 245K purposes, I get it in theory, but really, is that where you want to be? Depends the case that you have pending and the case you want to file. Is it the exact same case, but just premium? Just upgrade the one that you already have.
Yeah, great point.
I think you should speak to someone about that because there are a lot of what ifs, not only regarding your status or the lack thereof, but rather what case do you have pending? What do you want to do with that case? What's your goal with all of this? What are you planning for? It's very strategic, and there are a million ways we can go about it. Sophia, I really do recommend you contact us. But in theory, to answer your question, it's possible if you had status.
Emma, thank you. I would like for you to know I'm heavily struggling. I did not want to do this show today, but I'm here because of you guys. We have a World Cup semifinal that I'm very attentive to. It is a heat wave. I've got linen on. You're right. Thank you for recognizing this. Gil and Alexis didn't want to let me watch the game. I would like for that to be
She's
said right
watching
now.
the game right now.
I am, but it's not as active as I'd like to be.
You should get some meta glasses.
You get the highlights.
The meta glasses. That is a
here we
move,
go.
actually. Alrighty. I'm gonna go
It's my
with a
turn.
question from what?
Are you just gonna skip
Oh, I'm
Gil?
so sorry. I was
Are
okay.
you canceling Gil?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Hi, Nadeska. How are you? Saludos a los mejores. Thank you. That's my on the English show.
Gringo accent.
I like to speak gringo Spanish. Yo quiero ser tu
Gol de España.
What?
Spain.
Spain goal.
What did you just say?
Spain just got a
Sorry.
goal.
Spain
It
goal,
is
Spain goal,
two-
Spain goal. It is 2-0. It is 2-0.
It's
I feel so
2-0.
bad who's anyone's watching us instead of watching this game.
Hey, good to our fans. Thank you. About to get, I don't know what the deal is.
Let me give you the first one.
F1, about to get on STEM. Thank you. About to get on STEM OPT. If I marry my U.S. citizen boyfriend next year, anything to consider? Well, yes, many things to consider. Want to be document our case as best as we can. Okay, so check it out. Couple things. Get your STEM OPT. Wonderful. Get married with your partner. Prepare everything you need for a case. I would file that petition right away. There's this idea, I'm sure you've heard a lot of movement about this. You shouldn't file adjustment of status in the US, etc. All this thing. I continue to do it. I continue to see very good results doing it. So yes, especially in your situation, marrying a United States citizen, proceed with the marriage-based case. I suggest, it's just my advice, give yourself enough time so that OPT isn't expiring before you have the opportunity to have a new employment authorization very soon thereafter. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit, or it's okay if it's a couple months gap, but what you don't want to be in a situation that you're about to get on your, STEM OPT? Oh, you got 3 years, please. This is incredible. Green cards for marriage cases are being approved lightning fast. The fastest I have ever seen them my entire career. We have cases that have been approved in 60 days for an interview. We have cases that are like in the average of 4 to 6 months range. Rarely is it much more than that unless there's a particular issue with that case. But the interviews are happening very fast. So honestly, you're going to have probably 0 issues. If you want to have a consultation with us, I'd be happy to talk to you about the marriage process. It's a case that we do very, very frequently in our office.
Love and marriage.
Am I allowed to go? Is it
Nobody was telling you. Hold on now.
No.
Nobody
You're right.
was telling you.
I skipped you because I was paying
nobody
attention
was
to the
saying
wrong
don't
thing.
go. You could take over the show if you want.
No,
you
no.
could go ahead. Take it over.
You're
Here,
the star of the
me
show.
and Alexis.
Give her the
here.
board.
How about
Give her the
this?
board.
You're the star of the
Alexis,
show.
Me and Alexis will pause for the next 15 minutes and you could control the show.
No.
And I'm just going to be looking down at my other screen here.
No. All right. Happy Tech 123. If you start an LLC on an O1 as a tech professional without any client contracts or intent letters, is it still possible to get approved since there's no revenue?
Oh my God,
coming,
0-3. Is that
No.
again? Oh,
No.
offsides. Jesus. Sorry.
For real?
Yeah,
Offsides.
it was offsides.
But he scored. But he put it in the net.
He did.
Oh my gosh!
You guys
Oh
getting
my!
live
This
cut- the
TV is
two
so
shows.
delayed. Oh,
Two
no.
shows.
Okay, so is it possible if there's no revenant to face an RFE and denial? Look, we have had several O1 cases where we have submitted it with a fresh new LLC, and we have shown that there is an intention to work with sort of brands, and we don't have the intent letters just yet. Or we indicate that we are providing services and we plan to engage in services in the future, right? So, and we've had those cases approved, even though the LLC was brand new, even though we didn't have the client contracts. Does it make it more difficult? Absolutely. Right? You want to be able to show that I have potential opportunities with clients, that I have potential intention in order to work with me and my company. But there is a way to really explain that the fact that this company has, you want to show the distinguished reputation of the company, right? So that's going to help significantly. So if you can show that you have heavy backing, that you have another individual that's heavily involved, for instance, who plans to be an employee of the company. If you want to show that the individual who is founding the company alongside you has had a lot of success in building past companies in the future, that has been helpful to my argument as well. So yes, it becomes more difficult, but it is not impossible. I think you need someone really skilled in that type of self-sponsored O1, which to needlessly plug us is us, in order to win that case, because it is difficult to win.
I mean, I think it's easier than he thinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's easier
Yeah.
than he thinks to win that case. And the reality is maybe USCIS is not going to come out and anything. This is how I would probably do your case. I do your case as a CEO,
Mhm.
okay, executive. I would create a very robust business plan. Okay, we've gone to all types of extremes with the business plans. I'm not talking about some Mickey Mouse thing that you do with AI. I'm talking about hire a company as if
Mhm.
you're doing an investor visa almost, and creating a very robust business plan. We've had clients for O1As that have done PricewaterhouseCoopers, for example, and to do a prospectus on their company, on an analysis and forward, analysis on what that company is going to look like in the future. So I think and we've won plenty of cases with that, without the letters of intent and without the contracts. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, don't sell yourself short there. There's little tips and little things that we could do that might really improve that case very quickly. So definitely you should be in touch with us.
I also really I usually have the person build a website for the company.
Oh yeah, I think
like you need to have a
absolutely.
an online
a
presence.
presence, yeah.
And that's going to be very significant as well.
But this profile, what they described, is ideal.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Man, I love this. Look how much taller I am than you. It's incredible.
Wow.
Go ahead, Alex.
All right. So I think I know what this means. A non-lucrative visa. I'm assuming that's like a tourist visa, maybe, right?
España con visa no lucrativo. No, meaning they go there for no work visa. They
No
can't
work
they
visa,
can't make
right?
money.
Like a tourist.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm guessing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Seudo asks, I have a approved perm skilled worker. Nice. I'm about to start the I-140. Am I affected by if I were to travel to Spain on a non-lucrative visa, so let's say like a tourist visa, student visa, non-employment visa, will that affect the I-140? Can I do this here or in Spain? Or will there be issues? You can file the I-140 anywhere.
They provided a little clarification. I'm going
Did
to
they?
put it up. He's applying for
applying for a B1, B2. And okay, you should apply for the B1, B2 first prior to filing the I-140. You want to get that cleared and straight away, and then file the I-140. At this point, I think it's fine. You're not really delaying, because usually even with skilled worker, the visa bulletin will show you not so much when you can file the I-140, you can do that at any moment, but rather when you can file the adjustment of status or initiate consular processing. And I know there's a little bit of a gap in between, especially if you just got the perm approved. So I would say B1, B2. By the way, some countries are allowing you to expedite when you can have that appointment. So look into that if appointments are taking too long for you in your home country. You can expedite it, go in, get the visa. Once the B1s, B2s issued, then have the company file the I-140. You may not even need premium processing, 4 to 6 months, get the approval, and then file either adjustment of status if you're in the United States, or consular processing if you're abroad, depending if you're also one of the 75 countries. Obviously, many factors to take into play there. But B1, B2 first, then I-140. Thanks for finding that for me, Steph.
I heard you guys have a lot of fun on the English show. What's going on?
You're here.
Oh,
We always have fun.
I heard you guys have a lot of fun on the English show together.
We
You're
do have
quite, you
fun.
guys are quite tame today.
Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm slightly distracted.
Oh, I see.
I feel a little
slightly
separated from Gil.
You want to be
so-
closer?
Yeah, I want to be a little closer.
It's always me.
Okay. So, Unric. Hi, guys. If I was sent an NTA and DB2NIW approved and judge decides to close my asylum, your NTA was on the asylum. What was your NTA issued for? Okay. Let's assume you lost your asylum claim affirmatively in the office, and then they referred you to immigration court. Is that what you mean? Or separately you received an NTA? Just what was your legal status prior to that, please? Decides to close my asylum and proceed with NIW. Would that be consular or AOS? Well, now hold on a minute. How do you adjust your status in the US? You still have to comply with 245A and to show that you're eligible and you're not inadmissible. So meaning you need to have NIV status, non-immigrant visa status, or you need to be maximum 200, for 245K, 180 days from the end of your NIV status. But if your only status was like, asylum pending for the last year, I would tell you that no, you're not going to be able to adjust your status in the US. You will need to depart the US and process that case consular. It is very strange that an immigration judge would close a case if the person cannot demonstrate they could immediately file an adjustment of status or currently have a non-immigrant visa status available. It's very strange to me to see that. If you could clarify it a little bit for me, that would be wonderful.
I mean, I guess at the judge's discretion. Who knows what are
dude,
the additional details?
It could
back
be
there?
the judge's discretion,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, but what's going
they
on before?
can't.
What happened?
But they
prior to
can't
that
do
NTA?
something that's not legal. Like it's discretion. That's not like 245A is not discretionary in that
exactly.
sense. You're either, does he have an issue with the fact that he doesn't have NIV status and the fact that he's not, 180 days from the end of the NIV status. So I would just say like I look at that hypo and I'm like, okay, but
Doesn't look great.
how is it possible? So I'm saying it's probably going to be consular, but be careful. You're not subject to a 10-year bar.
Yep.
Okay. And you're not going to be able to do anything at the
No
consulate.
waiver for
So yeah, you really need to, kind of talk to an attorney about that. Okay.
All righty. I'll just do this one really quick. I did not hear regarding 75 country pause. It is continued to be active. It still continues to be active. There is a 75 country pause. There is no information as to whether or not it's going to be lifted anytime soon. Isabella asks us, I filed concurrently adjustment of status with the I-140. My I-140 was denied. If I appeal, can I remain in the United States or will they send me a notice to appear? So look, they can send you a notice to appear, but likely they will not until your I-45 is denied because you currently have an I-45 that allows you to remain in the United States. But that I-45 inevitably will be denied. You can certainly appeal the decision. Okay. Remember, you have 30 days to file either an I-290B to appeal or a motion to reopen or reconsider. You can do that on the I-140 decision. But the moment the I-45 is denied, you do want to leave the United States because that's when you could be subject to the NTA. Okay. And then you can continue to await the response of the appeal abroad. And if that appeal ends up winning and they end up overturning the denial and the I-140 ends up getting approved, then in that case, you can go ahead and do consular processing.
You know what I realized? Sometimes we go technical,
Mm.
and we don't. I was just watching this thing where, sometimes people just want to know the basics.
Okay.
And just the basics. Having an appeal pending does not help you
Exactly.
with legal status in the US.
Oh,
So
okay. If we want to
just an appeal
Mhm.
will not give you legal status in the US. If you win your appeal, potentially retroactively, you're going to obtain your green card. When I say potentially, I'm like, you won an appeal, then that case still has to be recognized, reopened by USCIS. And so,
and the I-45 still has to be pending.
and the I-45 still has to be pending. Okay. I have sua sponte, right? So sua sponte, I've had the I-45, meaning some Latin term, which basically it sounds like coffee. Sua sponte, meaning on their own. So they'll reopen the I-45 on their own once they see that the I-140, like it should happen, okay, without you having. But I'm of the opinion that it's important for us to be on top of it to get that thing reopened. That is a potential multi-year process.
Correct.
Okay. So during all that time, unfortunately, you have now accrued a tremendous
Exactly.
amount of unlawful presence in the United States. So that's why Stephanie says, hey, wait for your appeal abroad. But this is the thing. If the I-140 is approved, beautiful. You consular process the case abroad. That's why she's saying that. And that's the best case scenario in the I have to leave scenario, right? But let's just say that the appeal is won and you're not able to adjust your status in the U.S., you just accrued a tremendous amount of lawful presence in the U.S. Like, you know.
And to give you an idea,
NTA.
I won an appeal, an I-290B on an I-140. I won that appeal in December of 2023, and we still have not received the I-140 approval.
Yep.
I would tell you, Steph, I have an I-140 Alexis, which I think, imagine you were working on it. For you to imagine, that's been a while that you were working on some of my cases. So I'm talking about 2020.
For sure.
That case we won on appeal, referred it.
Back to USCIS.
Told
Texas
USCIS.
Still nothing.
It's on my like constant list. I'm talking, listen, I'm talking ombudsman.
They
Mhm.
lost
I'm
that
talking
case.
everything you could imagine. Okay. Congressional assistance to the point that, to the point the client's like, whatever. So he just got married to his girlfriend. And it's like, and got his like green card that way. Okay. But I'm telling you, and by the way, that case is still active. If you look at it on, it's still active.
Of course.
Case.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be active. The fact that they already have a green card has no effect on the I-140.
Yeah. So that, not to scare people out of appealing, there's some situations that there's absolutely nothing else you're able to do but appeal.
Exactly.
Okay. I say if you have an I-140 that's been denied and you had did it a concurrent AOS, you must appeal that case. Just listen to Stephanie that once this AOS is denied, you need to leave the U.S. in a rather, I would say, express fashion, less than 90 days, ideally, as fast as possible.
Yep.
But I know it's very hard to displace yourself in 2 to 3 months. We get it. We
Mhm.
understand it. But if not, you're stuck. You're in for some trouble.
And at that point, you're
You
getting
know,
an NTA, and the
it's-
I-290B doesn't protect you to
it's
Gil's
happening.
point.
They're issuing a ton of
Exactly.
NTAs. Yes.
The I-290B, the fact that you haven't filed, that isn't a defense in your NTA argument.
Exactly. And Cammie, I took this up and it goes into this conversation, so I'm skipping a few just to bring her back up. She wants clarification, right? So, sure, change of status to F1 was denied. Can I stay to give the birth? How long does it take to get the NTA? Can I file 140 AOS? Would it be denied because of change of status? If you have no status, okay, I don't know if you're B2 or what you had before, the F1. I think you said B2 to F1, but assuming that I-94 expired, you no longer have status. What does that mean? You may be issued an NTA. How long does that take?
I would say you have a few months.
It used to be a
have
year,
a few months. You have
2
a few
years.
months.
It used to be quite some
Yeah.
time. You're right. It was denied yesterday. So, but what
It was
happens
B2.
is, guess what? We have people that get it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It's hard to tell. Most of them do take about 3 months, I'd say. But there's people that take it before or after. So you have that consideration. Do you want to wait the 20 days to give birth here? I mean, it's a personal call. Now, aside from that, file an I-140 and adjustment of status, you may possibly, if you qualify under 245K, that's a calculation you need to make. I recommend you have the consultation with us. But at the end of the day, having that I-140 and I-45 pending will not stop the issuance of an NTA, especially today. Today, under the law, you have already found to be unlawful status. USCIS is aware of it. And therefore, it's a risk that you take. And you have to decide if that's a risk you want to take. But if you do file the I-45, you'll stop the clock for the 3 to 10 year
Alexis,
mark.
but let's be honest. She cannot travel. She's 20 days from
She's
giving
pregnant.
birth.
I know.
Okay?
That's
She
why
can't travel.
It's a catch-22.
Listen, I got to tell you, have the baby. Don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and worry about it. After the baby's born, you're healthy, baby's healthy, everything's good. Then everything's dealt with. Then we're going to go ahead and make some, life choices there regarding how to proceed. And, maybe if you have your family here to assist you, it's such a specific thing. I got to, a lot of people ask me for this type of advice, Alexis, and I'm just like you saying like, well, really, it's up to you. I can just give you the immigration, but I'm just going to give you some life advice. You have to have the baby in the U.S. because there's no other option.
I mean,
can't
you should
travel
not.
at
You
this
should
point.
not travel.
You can't get
20
on. I
days
don't even think they'll
pregnant.
let you on the plane.
20 days
Yeah.
off pregnant.
And by the way, it doesn't bother me that she's having in her situation a baby in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't come
won't be an
here.
issue.
She did not come here for that. She went ahead and filed. She came as a tourist. She filed her student visa. Okay. for her student status, and
Yep.
then she went ahead. I have zero issues with that. The one that bothers me always is you're 7 months pregnant, you come to the US to have a baby. That one kind of bothers me sometimes. I understand if there's a medical reason, and if
Right.
you're paying for everything, absolutely do
Right,
it.
right,
Okay.
right.
But there's a lot of people that like to benefit themselves, or they have this idea that having a kid in the US is going to help me at some
I mean,
point,
but strategically, given
know?
that it more than likely will take 90 days to get even an NTA,
Yeah.
have the baby here,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure the baby's healthy, that you're healthy, as Gil says,
Yeah.
and then from there you decide. But knowing a long-term plan.
Yeah, of course. Listen,
Speak
like,
to the attorney now. Don't wait.
the priorities are the priorities.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. Like for me,
Set the strategy now, though.
I'm just saying her baby's her priority.
100%.
It has to be. I'm sorry.
More than
okay?
any status.
So it's
yeah.
like, forget about the status.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, don't worry about it. It's like, I know you're worrying about it, but don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, and then after that, we'll go ahead and deal with all the immigration issues,
Yeah.
And she's also having the baby in 20 days. Like, it's like, so this F1 was denied. It's going to be honestly less than 30 days by the time the baby's out.
It's completely
why, yeah.
unreasonable
Yeah.
for them
It's
to
less than 30
expect
days
her
for-
to depart the US.
you
It's
can
very
you
unreasonable.
get the baby, you get the passport, and you leave, and that's it, and you're gonna be fine.
Absolutely.
Let's
It's
see.
my chance again. You just keep rolling over.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You were.
I wasn't gonna do anything.
She
clicked. I saw her click.
I didn't. I wasn't gonna do anything.
Jasper likes to throw me the TSA. What is it called? The PSAs or
Public
the
service.
The-
public service
This,
announcement?
he likes to tee up the social media content.
Yeah. If a client has a strong case but keeps postponing their decision because of all the noise in the news, what do you tell them to help them take action? Look, Jasper, this is the truth. Everybody's experience is completely individualized. Okay. It's a very, very individual experience. Whenever I hear things like, oh, so-and-so happened to this person, imagine we have very similar careers. This is going to happen to me as well. My case is going to be denied. Listen, you have no idea. Okay. When I tell you have no idea, you really don't have an idea if it's going to approve. You really don't have an idea if it's going to be denied. Okay. But you know who does have an idea? Me. Okay. I have an idea. Stephanie has an idea. Alexis has an idea. Andrea has an idea. Like when we're giving consultations, I have a pretty good sense of approval. What do we call that? Like, radar, but approval. What do they call that? I'm trying to look for a good word that's not offensive.
I have a good, I have a good,
I have a good sense
Premonition.
to
Yeah, sense.
sniff out
Premonition.
cases. And if you qualify for a case, especially a non-immigrant visa, do not hesitate. Pull the trigger.
oh yeah.
I'm saying you got to pull the trigger. Green cards, we could take a little time to build that case. We could work on it. We understand a little bit of hesitancy. You're hearing all this stuff. Okay. Social media, news. Every time I see this, like the attorneys out there, guys, talking about fear mongering, be careful if now with your signature, USCIS, if you do a digital signature,
Always
you're
been the case.
bleep. No. Okay. It's like, what are you talking
Always
about,
been
man?
the
It's just
case.
like
Nothing
listen,
actually
As if
That's
that's,
not
as
news.
if it's news.
It's like people tell me all that
Yeah.
time, like crazy stuff. Oh, look, I saw this. Like people, sometimes my clients, they just send me a like Instagram reel with nothing else.
With
They
no
just said
context.
no context, and they send me a link for me to see it, and then I see it. I'm like, okay, thanks for sharing. I'm like, okay, like I don't know. Just I'm of the opinion, Jasper, that it's never a real bad time.
Mhm.
I could tell you, worst time I ever had as an immigration attorney was first year of COVID. Okay. And I was cranking out cases and getting green cards and
Right.
doing visas. I worked every single day during COVID. I promise you I did. Okay.
And in the office, by the
in
way, which
the
we probably
office,
shouldn't have done.
Okay.
but
In the office,
did
I
it.
worked every single day. That is the toughest time I ever had as an attorney because we're really trying to help out a whole bunch of people that were stuck in
Couldn't
the
move.
US that
Yeah.
couldn't move.
Yeah.
Okay. We're here as tourists, students, whatever. So I look at that time and how successful I was during such a bad period in the bad period for the world, clearly bad period in the US, bad period for my practice, bad period for our clients, bad period for everything. And I look at how successful we were. And I'm like, that's not that bad. Like I was listening to Roger Federer, the greatest tennis player, arguably of all time, even though Serena Williams is right there, as we've talked about many, many times. And amazing, incredible tennis. Roger Federer gave this beautiful commencement speech. And he says, listen, guys, to be the top player in the world, I only made 54% of my points.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
To be considered the best.
Yeah, I've heard
A
that.
baseball player just hits the ball 1 out of every 3 at bats and
You're
is
amazing.
a phenomenal player.
Yep.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, don't cut yourself short. And the worst thing I think people do is they deny themselves.
Yes.
They haven't gone through the process of really organizing a case, seeing if they could document it, if they could do it. And they're like, oh, I just don't qualify for this. I just don't qualify for this. Or I see it I say this to clients all the time. I cannot convince you that you qualify. Okay. I could do a good job on your case. We could win your case if you trust me, but I just want you to understand, I can't convince you that you qualify. So it's actually, believe it or not, it's better you don't do the case, because my job isn't to convince you to qualify. My job is to put this case together and get the whole thing doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know how it is. It's like, it'll be the situation when you have that individual. It's like, I do not qualify for this. And then you lose. They're going to be like, I told you so. I didn't qualify for this. And you guys were this. It's like, I don't do that, man. Like, it's like, I'm not, no. Like, I don't do that. I don't play those games with people. If the person qualifies and they want to do it, we're here to serve them.
And the truth is that, and this needs to be said.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Individuals who are negative and think negatively on their case always have more trouble with their case. Those clients that look us at and say, all right, I trust, take the wheel, drive. Those are the ones that always have the least problems, the least RFEs, no noise, get approved. It's those that sort of infuse that negativity into the case. It is always reflected in the results. And I know I sound insane, but I promise you, we have between all of us, 40 plus years if we start adding it up. And that is fact. Always.
25,
No.
50 years.
Yeah.
Over 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between all of us.
Yeah, 50.
Alexis, take this one. Again, it's always good to talk about the basics. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So RJ says,
Wait, am I not after Gil?
I decided to skip you.
wow, skip wars. This is all live, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No problem.
You want me to tee it back?
Oh, go ahead.
All right. We'll do it in a reverse right after. If I change my status from B2 to F1 from within the U.S., does that allow me to travel outside the U.S. and come back? So back to the basics. This is a really good point, Gil. When you're doing a change of status, you're switching from one status to another. It gives you the ability to remain in the United States, right? This stay of time, whether it be F1 duration of status, as long as you have an I-20. It does not allow you to go in and out of the United States. The only way you can ever travel in and out is if you have a visa inside your passport. The only entity that can issue that is the Department of State. For an F1 and most non-immigrant visas, it's fairly simple. E2 is going to be the problematic one, where all you have to do is file the DS-160, show up with your approval, maybe 1 or 2 pieces of evidence, and you're issued the visa. Is it advisable to get a visa if you did a B2 to F1? It depends. I think there it is subject to a lot of information. Is this an English program? Is this a university program? What is your long-term goal? What are your needs? What is your immigration history? So there, I always say, make sure you speak to an immigration attorney to plan that part out. You got anything you want to add, Stephanie?
No, excellent work.
You don't find anyone handsome?
Ferran Torres. I didn't realize it was your name, by the way.
Yeah, I'm like, she's got this little chat going on where we communicate. Just say, hey, I got this question, I got that. I don't know who she thinks.
If anyone
it's
wonders what I tell Gil and Alexis, I just talk about how handsome the soccer players are, and they entertain me.
We're right here.
They allow me to say it. So let's see. Matecito Free. Have you ever told a client that you could not help them or that they did not need you at all? What was that situation? Yeah. So look, we are, and I say this all the time, we are very, very blessed in that we are not so desperate for work that we just have to take every case that comes out in front of us. We are very selective in the cases we take because we want to be able to have that positive result. So oftentimes, let's talk in an employment-based capacity. Oftentimes in an employment-based capacity and those types of visas, we'll say, hey, listen, you may not be there today, but you can get there. And this is where we talk about our famous homework. We'll usually send the client home, the potential client home, with ideas as to how to potentially improve a case, how to better the situation, how to make it look better on paper. If we are saying yes to your case, it is because we think it is absolutely winnable. And then we're also very blessed in that we're honored with our clients that we have very long-term relationships with them so that we're able to tell them when they really do need us and when they really don't. I'll give you examples. If you have no criminal history, if you have no blips in your immigration history, and you're doing an N-400 as citizenship application for you yourself, that's really honestly something that you could do by yourself. If you want the assistance of an attorney, we're always able to help. And we get that same situation. We get individuals who want that assistance because they like that hand, and we've walked them through everything so far, and so they want us at the end as well. And we have individuals who say, thank you so much for being honest with me. I love that I did my green card with you. I'm going to go ahead and take the reins on the citizenship. F1 OPT. That's typically handled directly with the university. That's usually not something that we as the attorneys are going to do. And we're going to be honest and tell you that. So at least I could say for our practice, we are very blessed in that sense that we can be honest with our client and say, hey, listen, this is something I can certainly do. This is certainly I can certainly win. Or you're not there yet. This is not a case I can take, but work on this. And then we can eventually take your case.
Wow.
We
Look
like
at
to give
that.
homework.
We love.
We like to be real.
What are you talking about? Alexis told me once that the only cases he doesn't take are the ones of people are broke.
No way.
He says if they're broke, they don't got money, I won't take it. But they got
What are
money,
you
I'll go for it.
talking
That's what
about?
Alexis says.
Don't listen to them.
They're broke. It's a
I'm
joke.
kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. Gosh, I say no to so many people.
I say no.
Like
all
I
the
say
time.
no all the time. I'm like, no, I can't. Hey, I'm telling you, we've even seen it here, Stephanie, that they're like,
Yes.
hey, I had a consultation with you back in whatever, and you said my case, you wouldn't take it or whatever. I went to another attorney and I won. Ha ha ha. They're like,
Congratulations.
Power to
loser. I'm like, hey, I'm happy for you, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Power
he's
to
like,
you.
yeah,
I remember.
like, dude, I don't take it personal. Like, it's like, it's okay. I want you to win your case. Do you
Yeah.
understand? I'm so happy when I hear that from people. I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible that you got that approved. Listen, we're not the only ones, okay? It's like you get a lot of attorneys out there do a fantastic job, and you could get green cards approved, you get visas approved, everything. However, I know what I'm able to do.
Yep.
I know my skill set. I know what I'm able to accomplish. And there's certain cases that I believe are much tougher than
Right.
others. And I let people know that. I'm saying, however, I usually don't hang you out to dry. I usually tell you, like, hey, let's work on this a little bit. So, you know,
Yep.
what I'd have realized this is a thing. This is a thing. They'll go to 5 attorneys, 4 of them say no. The one that say yes is the one they stick with,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, and it's like, it is, they're just looking for somebody to say yes to them, you know? So, a lot of times I'm the 5th one. Okay. A lot of times I'm the 5th one.
I've
Okay.
had that. I've had
A
the
lot.
backward situations too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of times I'm the one that's like, oh, I got you. I got you. Your case is done. Like, it's in my mind. I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to win this case or whatever. I was just talking a little while ago to somebody, and I'm like, you have a spectacular case. What are you worried about? Like, I mean, really, it's a spectacular case. I'm like, you don't have to worry. It's like, there's certain things that I'm not so certain on, you know what I'm saying? Certain green card cases, stuff like that. But when I'm speaking to you in such a certain way, it's because I've done this so many times that I know by just looking at your profile, what we're going to do, how we're going to structure the case, that we're
Yep.
going to be successful. It's like, you don't have to worry. And if I say, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, you know, but you're right. And it's a very good point. Yes, we do not. You are correct, Manuel. The heat is tough. Gil, hope the AC is holding up in Miami. The heat is unreal. You know where I went on Sunday? I went to, oh gosh, this sounds almost a little douchey.
Oh, I don't know if you're even allowed to say that
Hard
word.
Rock Hotel pool party.
Ooh.
Nice.
I was in the Hard Rock Hotel pool party, but not what you're thinking when there's a whole bunch of co-eds and stuff like
Mhm,
that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
We're not thinking, no. It was like the family pool. Okay. So it was like, let's just say no. Okay. And
different setup.
I was in a cabana. It was a party. The party host got a cabana. Really nice, you know, nice party, whatever. Everybody's having a fun time. The kids are having a great time. And it's about as hot as I've been I feel in Miami. Like, I was outside. So I unfortunately had to go in every 20 minutes to gamble and
No
to just like pump
He
in.
didn't want to.
And to pump in just
The
for the
heat.
AC,
Just
I had
for
to
the free air
pump in a
conditioning,
couple
yeah.
of bucks into the slots, you know, play a little roulette, shoot some craps. Then went to
How'd it go for you?
blackjack, and I mean, come on. Have you? It's money well spent for me because I'm entertained. You know what I'm saying?
And you have AC.
And I have
It's
AC.
air
So for me,
conditioning, really.
it's great, you know? But yeah. Anyway, so yes, it's very, very hot, Manuel. I don't know what's going on, man. Hey, do you think this whole global
El
warming thing?
Nino.
You think this whole global warming thing is
You
real?
think? Wait, this is
It's
totally
El Nino,
sidebar.
guys.
Totally sidebar. But I was watching this French news clip where this French news show did like a Saturday Night Live, and they're like, oh, imagine if climate change is real and what's going to happen in 25
Oh, I
years.
think I saw it. Yeah.
And they were like, imagine that this will be the map. And that is the map.
It's the map. Yeah.
That is They were like, imagine if it says 40 degrees on the map. And that's exactly what the map is currently saying.
Well, whenever you hear it's a record high for that country, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy. Anyways, guys, just to remind you, you could reach out to us at beltranbrito.com. Contact us. I've been on top of that stuff.
We have been.
I've been getting less
I've been as well.
complaints. I've been on top of it. I've been forwarding it. I've been getting in the right people in order. If you want Alexis, if you want Stephanie, if you want Andrea, if you want me. Sometimes you don't want me, but you get me. But they're like, oh,
That's life.
It's you. They're like, it's you. I thought it was going to be Stephanie. You know, I have heard that. Not too often, but I have heard it.
So glad you heard that.
Ironically, I've never heard it's you. I thought it was going to be Alexis. But I have heard a lot.
Man.
I have heard a lot. The person had the whole consultation with me thinking I was Alexis the entire
No.
time.
What? That's crazy.
No. Oh my
To the point that
gosh.
they email me, Doctor Blanco, esto, lo otro, whatever.
I love when they email me, hi, Mr. Beltran Brito. I'm like, I am neither Beltran or Brito, but thank you. It's a compliment.
Okay. Go for it, Alexis.
Happy Tech. No, we did Happy Tech.
I'm sorry,
already,
did I
right?
skip you again? I thought we changed the order. That's why.
Go, Steph.
This is
Keep
like
back.
Uno. You
Go.
want the Uno reverse
Go.
card? Here, go.
Go.
Reverse. Go back to
Here.
you.
Go,
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
There you go.
Go,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick one for you.
Go, Alexis.
I'm gonna hide. I'm
No,
pick one for
it's
you.
fine. Go.
This
go.
is for you. This is
Go.
from Janet. Answer it.
No seas fastidioso.
I hired a lawyer in New York City for my adjustment of status.
New York City.
But the assigned paralegal is flippant and has zero empathy.
Mhm.
They inspire no confidence, and it's very difficult for me to talk to my lawyer. Janeth, it seems like you might have picked the wrong one. I don't know what to tell you. Listen.
But is that wrong of him saying that? I agree with him.
Just the way.
No, but
he said
I
it.
agree.
Is this
Seems
clear?
like
Let's
you
be
made
clear.
a bad choice.
I agree.
Not the best choice. So, with an adjustment of status, am I there working with you directly? Probably not on every communication. We have a team, but I make sure the attorney should make sure that their team is always coming in, positive. Are they ready to work with the client? Do they understand the client's needs? A lot of what we do is, hey, do we want to win the case? Do we want to make sure this person doesn't lose status? But are they happy with the service that they're receiving? Do they feel confident in the process and in the outcome? And guess what? You're paying money for a service. You should be treated as someone, respectable. Do you go to the store and they're like, hey, your feet smell, and you're in the shoe store?
Are you out of there?
Yeah, no, like there's no way.
When
I'm
that
staying with place.
happened to you the last time, Stephanie, what'd you do?
I was like, how did this start?
She threw the socks.
I don't
in
buy
his-
shoes too often, so
She
What
threw the
happened?
socks in his face. It's the truth. Listen, maybe the person's having a bad day. Guess what? Also, maybe reach out to the attorney. Every once in a while, there's a miscommunication. They reach out to me and I'm like, you know what? Let's get this cleared away. Why? I want to make sure my employee and paralegal are happy, but I want to make sure my client's happy too. Janeth, if you
can
want us
also
to
come
take
talk to
over,
us, yeah.
you could come talk to me.
hey, here, Stephanie, I got one for you. Here's a good toss up. They're dropping the INA on you.
Ooh,
They're dropping the INA on you.
Ooh,
INA
244.
You couldn't set me up a little better.
Go ahead.
According to INA 244, if an INA timely re-registers during a re-registration period for TPS, they are considered as maintaining non-immigrant status for AOS purposes. You are considered to be maintaining presence lawfully within the United States.
Well, for TPS,
But
re-registration.
But if it's not approved, is it considered? So during the time it's pending, yes. But if it's ultimately not approved, what do you have?
TPS is denied.
Or TPS is denied.
It's over.
Right. Like, do you see what I'm saying there? This goes to the question that the
I
person
know,
was
I know,
saying,
I
right?
know.
So I'm saying, do you believe that that's clearly says, yes, you were maintaining non-immigrant status during the time the TPS extension was filed. Okay.
Mhm.
If that is ultimately not approved, did you create an NIV status bridge to the adjustment of status?
But I'm going to be clear.
I think it depends why
No,
it was
no.
denied.
Hold on. I know exactly which one she's talking about. INA 244, Section F. During a period, I want to read this to you. During a period in which an alien is granted temporary protected status under this section, for purposes of adjustment of status, the alien shall be considered as being in and maintaining lawful status as a non-immigrant.
Granted.
That you timely filed doesn't mean that you have the status for AOS purposes. You need to wait for the approval notice to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to clarify there.
But that's it. That's exactly
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
So sorry.
That is, there is a status. You're good, right? Of course, absolutely. You're good and you can remain in the United States. But unless you get your next approval notice, you can't file that adjustment of status because you're currently a little bit in limbo because you're currently waiting for that adjustment of status. And then not only that, in that situation that we were discussing earlier, it was ultimately canceled, the TPS. So that period, it's not that he was illegal within the United States, but he didn't have a non-immigrant status that he could have adjusted.
Well, and at best, it was valid through September. At best.
No, I 100% think it was September only.
Well, and just to be fair, I understand. Like we're trying, they're trying to do something. You know,
I get it.
Like
I get it.
I understand. To be very fair with you, I get it. I wish it was as easy as just filing the adjustment of status and making the legal arguments. A lot of people will sell you on that and say, well, listen, 244 says that you could go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do it. Listen, that's not right. It clearly says it needs to be granted. Okay.
Right.
But aside from that, let's say it doesn't clearly need to be granted. You understand USCIS's argument saying, well, okay, valid. During the time that it was pending, you had NIV status. However, it was never granted. And if it was never granted, then you're not eligible to file an adjustment of status. Excuse me, we're not eligible to approve an adjustment of status application. So I just think that, again, hey, we get it. We understand. I'm not saying it's impossible to make the argument. I'm just saying I don't think it's a winner.
Exactly. That's the perfect scenario.
Yeah,
like make the argument, but I think it's a weak argument.
They just sat Mbappe down. Oof.
Guys, the game's over. The game's over.
Is
now it's over.
Crazy.
Ole.
I did not expect that result.
Man, Spain versus Argentina.
Spain versus England.
That's
Let's
gonna
go. Jude Bellingham versus Oyarzabal.
You know the thing that you like,
Oyarzabal.
Jude Bellingham? You're just having your Bridgerton fantasies
with Bellingham? Yes,
with him.
absolutely.
Okay, you're having your Bridgerton fantasies.
I'm pulling the
I didn't
cord.
even realize that was a
pulling
thing.
the cord.
That was like the only reason for women to basically watch the show is to get their fantasies on Bridgerton. Is that it?
It wasn't my reasoning because I am a soccer fan, but
Yes,
do
you are.
I watch England with a certain, Bridgerton idea in mind? Absolutely, yes. It is something I often do, yes. And the press coverage, let me tell you, the photographers of the behind the scenes in England, keep doing what you're doing. You are doing excellent, excellent work of covering the training grounds.
Guys, follow us next week.
No, do we got anything else? Hold on, let me.
Got a little bit more.
This is Bridgerton
Hold on.
photography.
Let me
we
hit some
came
more.
in a
here.
few minutes late.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm shocked.
Let's
I
do a
did
little
not
speed on
expect
here.
Spain to win.
I really did expect France to win.
I expected France to win.
I have been an asylum for 6 years. This is the gentleman that was concerned about the NTA issue. He has an EB to an IW that's approved.
Mhm.
You have asylum for 6 years. No, you cannot adjust your status in the United States. Maybe keep going with that asylum.
Yep.
Follow up on the marriage. Boyfriend owns the house, so there's no proof of joint ownership. That's okay. Make sure you show that you get bills there. You're going to get about 5 affidavits from family and friends stating the validity of your marriage. I just moved last month. That's fine. Get your bank account going, car and health insurance.
Cell phones,
Ideally, you should get that.
utility.
Let's consider getting on the same insurance, at least health if possible. Is that a problem if we marry February 2027? It's not a problem. You're in a real relationship. Don't worry about it. You're going to do it. It's going to be perfectly fine. You might want to, at least have a consultation with an attorney to go over the types of evidence. You should start preparing for that. Okay. I saw one more. Pepe.
Yep.
Which is more important in the EB to an IW process, the business plan or the applicant's professional background? Both. Both.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Both.
Because the well-positioned argument goes to your background, and that is in support of being well-positioned in order to execute the business plan.
Though I will tell you this, what you already did in the past,
That tends to be granted very easily.
exactly. I feel that you had control of that and you have control in the next few months. But what you do with the business plan, it's so important because,
What's going on in the next few months?
I mean, guess what? Do I need to maybe expand on membership? Should I take on that judging role that I've always denied, right? There's a little bit of flexibility. Now, what's a little more subjective? Guess what? The proposed endeavor. You also have to really work and expand on just the proposed endeavor. Do you have possible investors? Do you have potential clients? Have you already set up an LLC? Is it already operating? Work on it. I think you got to work on both, though.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Hey, Happy Tech. Reach out for a consult. We'll be here for you.
Ask for Gil.
No, ask for
You already know who to ask for. I don't have to say anything.
Oh, Queen.
Thank you, Emma.
Alexis with the calm voice we all need after this heat wave. World Cup semifinal on one screen, Beltran Brito on the other. I'm here for real answers, priorities, people. Sometimes I call Alexis at night when I can't sleep.
Au revoir. Follow up
So
next week if
weird.
you want to know what the
You guys
combo's
are
about.
so weird together, honestly.
You should get an iPhone stuff.